Good evening, Hawks fans, and welcome to the 2024 Marion Hawks 3-on-3 Tournament live reveal show. That is certainly a mouthful. My name is Conor Holt. I'm going to be one of your hosts for the evening. I'm joined tonight by Sam Burton. Sam, what are you most looking forward to this evening?
Well, you know, it's funny you should say that. We had a really great turnout last year with a lot of big names, big faces in the Hawks program, very recognizable by the fans and the parents. And I'm just looking forward for more of the same. We have an even bigger turnout this year for this tournament, and I'm just looking forward to having those big names and big faces, even more of them, just totally on display for all fans that want to attend.
Absolutely. It's definitely exciting to think about and something to look forward to. Just to give an overview of how tonight's show is going to work, we're going to go through team by team, revealing players one at a time. We'll give some highlights, do some brief analysis, and we have some fun and funny things throughout the show that'll definitely keep things entertaining.
Yeah, before we get started, Connor, we just do want to make sure we shout out last year's winners of the 3-on-3 tournament, and that is, of course, the Shorty Shotties, made up of a team of Isaiah Aarons, Elijah Nitchie, and Paige Bruger. Great job, guys.
Yes, congratulations. We'll see if on their respective teams this year they can defend their titles. All right, well, without further ado, we're going to move forward into our team and player reveals. How this is going to work is we'll show you the current state of the team. So here, of course, on Team 1, nobody's there yet, just to keep you updated throughout the show. And joining Team number 1, our first player of the 2024 Hawks 3-on-3 Tournament draft is Elijah Nitchie.
Yeah, Connor, it's only fitting that one of the champions from last year is the number 1 overall pick in this draft.
Absolutely. His floater game here in the first 2 highlights are absolutely beautiful.
You got to watch out for that, if you happen to be a team that meets him in this tournament.
Great pick from team number 1. You have anything further to say about Elijah?
Honestly, no.
It's all you needed to see in those highlights. And he brought his A game last year, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
I think he was a little bit of an underdog, and him and his team took that seriously, and we're hoping to see more of that this year.
Absolutely. We all love the David and Goliath story, and he is certainly one of them.
All right, so there's your look at current state of team number 1, of course, just including Elijah right now. And we're going to move forward into team number 2. So the first player joining team number 2 is Ashton Gall.
Better known as Shooter Girl by many in the Hawks program. She joined just this past year. We're excited to have you on the team, Ashton.
Yeah, she brings a level of three-point shooting to the girls' team that has definitely been fantastic for them, kind of bringing their game as a team together.
She had some unbelievably clutch buckets during the season. We have no doubt that she will continue to do that here in the 3-on-3 tournament.
Absolutely. Definitely a great pick by number 2, team number 2, and we're excited to see what Ashton can do moving forward.
Absolutely.
All right, so again, there's your look at team number 2, and we're going to go ahead and move forward into team number 3. Joining team number 3, our first player for team number 3 is going to be Andy Weesey.
Big Wees. Back for another year.
I will say he is truly the big Wees now. He's put on at least 20 pounds of muscle since attending Cedarville University for a year. It was a freshman 20, but not how it normally goes.
Nice windmill 3 there.
I've never seen an and one quite like that.
No, definitely not.
He cooked that defender there. Andy certainly brings a speed and quickness to the game, as well as some ball handling that is going to be an advantage for Team 3.
Absolutely. That's the way I see it.
All right. So, moving on from team number 3, we have, of course, team number 4. And our next player joining the 3-on-3 tournament is going to be Anna Spain.
You know what's funny, Connor, is that she actually really is not from Spain originally.
But it looks like she's in Spain right there.
I guess that's all the footage we have of her. She seems to be in Spain.
Anna Spain in Spain. Was she there for international training, maybe?
Possibly. We'll have to ask her when we get to the 3-on-3 tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Great pick for Team 4.
Great pick for team number 4, and excited to see what she can bring to the game this year. She kind of brings an intensity to the game, and actually, for more information on Anna, we're going to send it over to our sideline reporter / interviewer, Josiah Haller.
Thanks, boys. Like we said, I'm here with Anna Spain. Anna, congratulations on being the fourth pick of the entire tournament. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel so happy. I feel so special and blessed. Oh my goodness, I've just been around the Hawks for so long, and to be fourth, it just means a lot to me.
Wow, you hear first, folks. I can't even speak. That was so inspirational. So Anna, you had a performance in the tournament last year, and we're really glad to have you back. What do you think is going to be the key for you making it all the way this tournament?
I think the key is just to have a really good team and just continue to lower my shoulder and just drive right through and not take a stop from anyone.
That's how I remember she played back in high school, folks. And she was such a aggressive player in high school. And I'm just wondering, what do you think your main strength is for this tournament? Other than giving charges.
I would just say one of my best strong suits is just terrifying the enemy. Last year, my team was called the Squawking Cupcakes, so, I'd just really bring that squawk.
Absolutely, and once again, we can all testify. So thank you, Anna, and one last question for you. Where actually is your family from?
It's really confusing. We're actually not from Spain. We're all Italian, so... yeah, it's a little bit of a mix-up there. We don't know what happened.
Wow. Yeah. Talk about big surprises and twist endings from the Marion Hawks here today. Thank you, everyone. I'm here with Anna Spain. We're really looking forward to you joining us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Back to you, boys.
Thanks, Josiah. Here is our live look at team number 4 with, of course, Anna Spain, who's not from Spain, but who went to Spain. Now we're going to move on to team number 5. Our first player joining that team is going to be John Strine.
Oh, excellent pick by team number 5. John is, of course, the tallest member in the history of the Marion Hawks program.
It certainly shows in his stats, racking up blocks, rebounds, and points inside the paint.
Yeah, quite honestly, he should be called John the Beanstalk.
Yeah, it's not Jack and the Beanstalk, it's John the Beanstalk. I see what you did there, Sam.
Yeah, he's got a nice little outside game as well. He could be a very lethal and valuable asset for team number 5. Great pick.
Yeah, if he can hit from the outside, I don't know if team 5 is going to be able to be stopped.
It's going to be difficult.
All right, so here is our look at team number 5, of course, including John and only John. And we're going to move forward to team number 6. First player joining team number 6 is going to be Jesson Waters.
What a pick. And of course, if you're new to the program or at least been around the last couple months, as long as his game is as good as his hair, you can count on this being an excellent pick, excellent value at number 6.
That hair is excellent. A nice drive there, finish with the right hand through contact. And he has pretty good handles, and he's still young, he's a developing player. Certainly could be a lot of potential moving forward with Jesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great pick from team number 6. Okay, moving forward from there, of course, with Jesson on team number 6. Next up is team number 7. Joining team number 7 is going to be Chase Gilliam.
Great pick. Very powerful pick there. At times you're looking out of these highlights and it's like he's not a human. It's like we were watching a gorilla out there.
It was a nice putback layup on that first one and another on the second one. Some would say his pro comp is Anna Spain. We'll leave that up for interpretation, though.
He plays with such tenacity and strength. It's a great pick. It's a great pick.
Absolutely. It was a nice little jump shot there in that final highlight. I had the pleasure of playing with Chase and Anna, actually. Kind of weird how that worked out on my team last year, and excited to see what he can do this year as well. All right, so here's our look, of course, at team number 7. I promise this will get more interesting as we move forward, and there's not just one player on each team.
It's a 3-on-3 tournament, Conor. It's not a 1-on-1.
I know. We'll get there. Okay, so for team number 8, we have Blake Bruger.
The big Bruger. Tell you what, big man coming back. Oh, look at this. We've got a live feed.
It's a live look in. Oh my gosh. It really warms your heart to see that.
Oh my.
And putting the Hawks bucket hat on.
Look at that. With the family. Huge hug. Great moment. Let's look at these highlights.
He's got a beautiful outside shot, and he can use that at the perimeter to fake defenders out and, of course, drive to the lane effectively.
Ooh, looking saucy out there, Blake.
Incredible finish with the right hand there. He's got some great athleticism, which he's going to bring on defense, I'm sure. And again, there's that outside game showing.
Yeah, Connor, if he can play up to his ceiling, this is a fantastic pick. Great value at number 8.
100%. All right, we're going to move forward to team number 9. We only have a couple teams left that don't have players on them. Definitely getting exciting here. Joining team number 9, we have Eli Slater.
Ooh, the brother-in-law makes an appearance.
Nice finish there from the right block, taking advantage of that
just
assist.
the quality seems to... I've just gotten word that we did get some of these highlights from a leak on Mr. Slater's phone. You might want to look into that, Mr. Slater.
Oh, no. He's had some nice finishes, and, that was no exception.
Ooh. Fantastic pick for team number 9. Great value at number 9.
Yes, he's just like Jessen, another developing player, and the ceiling is certainly high moving forward as he continues to develop.
Especially as he's hitting those growth spurts. He's hitting that time that all us boys know about. We all seem to just shoot up like beanstalks.
Not me, but definitely John.
Definitely John, that's right.
All right, so there's our look at team number 9. And here we go for our first player of team number 10. This is our last team to receive their first player. Joining team number 10, one of the most elite players in the program, JoJo Walter.
Ooh, great. Again, great value. I mean, all these teams are just picking fantastic right now. Great value at number 10. She's really becoming that field general, small but mighty.
Great work as a point guard there. Nice back cut as well, and always encouraging her teammates.
She definitely has the mid-range. She's been going to Just Hoops for a number of years now and really working on that mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, her work ethic is certainly something to be admired.
Absolutely.
All right, so that wraps up our first round for the 2024 Marion Hawks 3-on-3 tournament draft, and we're going to go ahead and move right into round number 2. So, this is what I was talking about. We'll give you an update on who's team number 1 in case you aren't taking notes, which hopefully you're not. That's our job here in the booth. So joining Elijah on team number 1 is going to be Cade Brugger.
Unbelievable. One of the best players in this tournament. Best players. I can't believe he fell all the way to pick number 11.
Incredible shot there, an iconic shot. Absolutely. Just the value here, the shooting ability he brings is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever known an outside shooter on the Hawks program quite like Cade. He is renowned for his outside shooting. Not just with our program. You can ask programs from Indiana all the way to Texas about that shooting. They'll tell you about it.
Yeah, his can be absolutely lethal from outside, and we'll see what he can do in the tournament. Okay, so here's our look now at team number 1. 2 really, really solid players. They're looking good coming out from this 11th
Tell you
pick.
what, Connor, I would not want to play team number 1 right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other teams only have one player.
That's true.
It wouldn't be too good. Okay, we're taking a look at team number 2 here. It's going to be Ashton Gall as our current player, and joining her on team number 2 is Gabe Bibawi.
The big fro.
Who no longer has a big fro, but he's still renowned for it.
Yeah, great job there. He also known as the Egyptian magician, as you can see on that one. Somehow he got the
I
ball
don't even know
from
how
the
he did
player,
that.
took it all the way down before anybody knew what was happening.
Nice sweep over there, stretch finish at the rim.
His ball skills are unparalleled. He truly is an Egyptian magician.
I will say I've had to play against him in this sort of 3-on-3 setting with some frequency, and his ability to hit tough jumpers from the mid-range fadeaways is pretty lethal.
You can be there, it won't matter.
Gabe's story is actually bigger than basketball. With more on that, here's Bruce.
Decades ago, Alfred and Cecile Bibawi and Emile and Violet Bishara, Gabriel's grandparents, immigrated from Egypt. They wanted to give their unborn grandson a chance to play homeschool basketball in Marion, Ohio. He was a student of the game, a man of culture, someone who is not afraid to stand up and do what is right. He worked hard so that his grandparents' sacrifice would be worthwhile. As he grew, so did his hair, earning him the nickname of Big Fro. His athletic ability is unparalleled among his peers, and he made great use of this on the basketball court. He now moves forward in life, and the legend of Gabriel Babawi will only continue to grow.
Inspirational.
Truly was. Although, what was that bit there at the end? A little.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, moving forward, let's take a look at team number 2. So Gabe joins Ashton. Certainly some potential on that team. And here's our look now at team number 3, currently being manned by Andy Weesey.
Big Weiss.
Joining him on team number 3 is going to be Mariah Haller.
Big Momo.
Oh, we have another live
look
look-in.
at that. Oh, what a moment. Oh, my goodness.
The excitement is palpable. The confetti. Where'd the confetti come from?
Somebody is ready for this tournament to begin.
And that Hawks bucket hat, of course, signifying her joining the team.
All right, let's cut to the highlights, Connor.
Great idea, Sam. Nice work with the right hand there, taking advantage of the space and finishing under pressure.
She really grew as a floor general, if you will, this year on the JH girls team. You could see the ball handling skills and the outside shooting, very valuable pick here.
Wow, incredible shot there at the end of a very important game. You can see from the reaction in the crowd. Definitely a great pick for team number 3. And, of course, she will be joining Andy.
Big Weiss and Big Momo.
Team number 3, that's right. 2 of the biggest players, of course, as their nicknames.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, let's look at team number 4. Anna Spain is currently our only player there, not from Spain, as we talked about earlier. And
Gotta keep that in mind, Connor. It's very important.
Very important.
Very confusing.
Joining her on team number 4 is going to be Eli Masters. Who's that?
Wait.
Who's Eli Masters?
What? Are you getting this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Eli Masters.
Eli Masters.
Oh, Eli Masters.
Eli Masters.
Yeah, so Eli, is that guy from 2018?
I believe so.
Yeah. So for those
talk about alumni.
Yeah, for real. For those of you who don't know, Eli joined the program, actually my first year in the program. He played for 1 year, 2018, 2019, I believe is what it was. He actually just got married. Congratulations,
Congrats,
Eli.
man.
And he brings kind of a similar game to the tournament as Gabe does. So he's got a really nice turnaround jump shot, can shoot under pressure, really solid player all the way around. So for those of you, especially on Team 4, not to give you a whole scouting report, but he's certainly a solid player and a good asset for your team.
Yeah, I want to see value. I want to say that it's a great value at pick 4 or at pick 14 here, but honestly, I couldn't tell you. Because I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, it is good value, Sam.
Absolutely.
He joins Anna on team number 4. And, of course, let's move forward to team number 5. Big man John, currently our only player here. And joining him is Romy Walter.
Romy Walter. What a pick. What a pick.
Here are her highlights. She has certainly developed the last few years. I think we've really seen her come into her own.
Yeah, I've definitely seen her grow. She's been playing down a lot more, down low. But she don't be fooled. She can still hit the outside shots. Very, very excellent value here. Very strong player, both if you want to play her outside or if you want to play her down low inside.
100%. And as we said about John earlier, if those outside shots are hitting mixed with the post game, that combo of John and Romy could be really solid and scary.
Team 5
for the other
early.
teams.
Team 5 is the one to watch out for early, Connor.
100%. Okay, team number 6, we have currently Jessen Waters, and next player there is going to be Amelia Babawi.
We got another Babawi. Look at this.
Amelia joined the team recently, and it's been really cool to see her develop this year. I know we've said that about a lot of players recently, but it's true.
I've seen shades of her brother in her play, which is very encouraging. I mean, anytime you could be more like the Egyptian magician, more like Pharaoh, the big Pharaoh, man, it's definitely going to help your game.
100%. I will say those last couple clips, you could see, like you're talking about, that mid-range jumper. She put up a nice move on that last shot and was kind of off balance a little and still made it look easy. So,
doing magical things out there.
100%. So again, she joins Jessen on team number 6. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to send it back to the studio where Garrett has some more information.
Thanks, Connor. After extensive research, this is my 5 best available. Starting off with Caleb Haller. What is there not to say about Caleb Haller, am I right? He's a D3 college level basketball athlete. He's so good that the organizers had to give him his own seed. So there's really nothing else to say about that. Next up, we've got Jaden Haller. Jaden is Caleb's older brother, very fundamentally sound basketball player. He's got great intensity, and you'll have to watch out for his three-point shot because he will knock those down. Next up, we've got Isaiah Aarons. What is there not to say about Isaiah? I could go on forever. He was a part of last year's championship team, and he can be really annoying to play against, but that annoyance can be your benefit if he is on your team. And 4, we have Jelena Waters. Now, out of the female athletes in this pool of players, I believe that Jelena can be a very solid player. She's quick, she's got great defense, and she's also got a great three-point shot. And lastly, we have Paige Brugger. Paige was also a part of the championship winning team last year. She can be an absolute unit in the paint, but watch out for her jumper because she will also knock those down. This concludes my top 5 best available. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Garrett. Certainly some great analysis, and we'll be looking forward to see when those 5 players come off the board.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to drop too much farther, Connor.
Agreed. All right, so next team we have picking is Chase Gilliam's team number 7. And joining him is going to be Micah Burton.
Hey, Connor, let's roll the highlights.
Roll the highlights. That's good.
Yeah, Micah's another one that really came into her own this season. Started to become that field general out there. One of those up-and-coming players that you really look forward to for her future.
Yeah, 100%. You can see there hitting a tough shot from the elbow. And we'll see what she can bring to the team with Chase Gilliam.
Absolutely.
Reminding everyone that's Team 7 now on Team 7. Okay, moving forward, we have team number 8 currently being manned by Blake Brugger. I can just hear Mr. Slater's voice when you do that.
Absolutely.
It's echoing in my mind. Don't know if it's a dream or a nightmare.
Carved in there.
Yeah,
forever.
Absolutely. Okay, joining Blake on team number 8 is going to be Thomas Eshelman.
Ooh, what a big-time player. Big-time pick. Great value here.
Nice shot there down at Nationals where I know he really stepped up and came into his own, hit some big shots.
Yeah, he's really become that player that you can surprisingly rely on to make those big shots when you absolutely need them.
There's another one at Nationals. I think same court, same game. So definitely living up to what you're talking about in terms of becoming that clutch player when the junior high boys, the 14U boys needed it.
Absolutely.
All right, so Thomas joins Blake on team number 8.
I tell you what, Connor, that team, along with team number 5, team number 8 is one that I am keeping my eye on, especially if Blake, like we said, can play up to that ceiling. But then Thomas, I mean, if he can hit those big-time shots at those big-time moments, you want to watch out for team 8 in this tournament.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay, so next up, of course, is team number 9. Currently, we have Eli Slater as the only player on that team. And joining him, I wouldn't say the opposite of Eli, but certainly just a little bit bigger than Eli. We have Josiah Haller.
Ooh, what a pick. What a pick. This complements Eli's game perfectly. He is thick. He is smart.
You said it. Oh, smart. Yeah, smart. There you go. I was going to say, compliments his game. I don't see any game. Oh, there's the game.
There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, there's the strength there. Oh, and here is just, he's hyping up the crowd. He is a family guy. He's all about culture. Just a great pick. Oh, man. Great pick for team number 9.
What's not to like about it? I mean, just that
absolutely
thumbs
nothing.
up just
Absolutely
says all
nothing.
that you need to know. Eli getting, of course, a really nice player there, and he'll be a force in the post, on the boards, and we're excited to see what Eli and Josiah can do together.
All right, Connor, before we move on, obviously you see Team 9 in front of you, but real quick, we're going to have a cut to our interview on site. Josiah is with Josiah.
Thanks, boys. We're here with a very special guest, Josiah Haller. Josiah, please tell us, how do you feel about entering this tournament?
You know, I'm just really excited to be getting into this tournament. I mean, hey, I was in it last year, and I feel like our team did really well. And do I know you from somewhere? Well, yeah, you do. It's fine. Next question. What a lot of people are having some concerns about you, Josiah, as you've been away in grad school for a while, haven't really touched much of a basketball. What do you have to say to those critics?
Thanks for the question. Hey, look, I mean, anyone that becomes great at anything in life is going to have critics. It doesn't matter. You got to keep going. Look, boys and girls, anyone that if you pursue something excellent in life. Thank you for that. Thank you. Very, very inspiring. Let's move on to the next question. Speaking of excellence and things like that, you have a pretty decent team this year. What do you think is going to be important for you, motivating your team, getting them into the championship?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really excited about the team that we got this year. I mean, we're big. We've got a lot of size. We got a lot of physicality on our team, and we can really get in there and get tough. And honestly, that's what basketball is all about. It's about being tough. Who can stay tough to all 4 quarters and get to the end?
Absolutely. These are some matchups that we're all really looking forward to seeing at this tournament. Well, thank you, Josiah. It's been great interviewing you, and I look forward to seeing you. We're looking forward to having you at this 3-on-3 tournament.
Thanks so much. Really looking forward to it. And actually, I remember where I saw you before. High school reunion, 2021.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Josiah. And Josiah, that was odd.
What do you mean?
Did you not see the... Oh. Okay. Moving forward, our last team to pick in round number 2 is Team 10, where JoJo Walter is holding down the fort. Joining her on team number 10 is going to be Jack Rice.
Better known as Rice Milk by many in the program.
Yeah, many
He's
in the
another
program.
one of these up-and-coming players. New player, first player this year.
Yeah, his size gives him some versatility, but he's not afraid to, use his size to drive the ball, move. He's got some really nice agility despite his size.
He is another one that also has an outside game as well as the inside game. Very nice compliment to JoJo on that team. That's a team that's growing. It's great.
100%. I'm excited to see what Jack can do with another year or two in the program under Coach Haller and his staff. I'll be excited to see how he develops going forward.
Absolutely.
All right, so taking a look at the current state of team number 10, like we said, JoJo joining Jack, or rather Jack joining JoJo. I wonder if I have another J join that team. There are a few more out there.
Possibly, yeah. We'll see what Team 10 does.
All right, so with our first pick in round number 3, we're going to, of course, have team number 1 currently with Elijah and Cade as our pair of players there. And joining them on team number 1 is going to be Hadessa Mills.
Oh, fantastic to have her back. Connor, she's coming off of an injury, so not quite sure what to expect from her. Before that injury, she was playing
Nice
fantastic ball, as you can see.
Nice,
strong
takes the
player.
charge. We really love to see that. I do. I especially appreciate the charges. Nice shot there as well.
Thankful to have you back. Grateful to have you back. Excited to have you back.
100%. And I'm sure that Cade and Elijah are excited to have you join team number 1.
Tell you what, Team 1, great team there. Great team cooking there.
Let's pause real quick. So this is our first team that we have a full 3 players on. We can finally, put a full team on the court. How are we feeling about that, Sam?
Well, obviously, it's made up of champions. Hadessa was a champion on the JH girls team. I'm sorry, the varsity girls team this year. The JH girls team and the varsity girls team this past year in the ICSO. And, of course, Elijah Nitchie was one that won the 3-on-3 tournament last year. So that's a strong team with a nice culture, nice championship-winning culture on it.
100%. And we'll see who their challengers might be as we reveal kind of these final picks here in rounds 3 and 4. Okay, so moving forward to team number 2, joining Ashton and Gabe is going to be Sam Burton.
Look at that. Now that, I don't know if I'd give value to that pick. I'm not sure. Let's check in here.
Oh,
wow.
What a
touching moment. Look at that
truly
family.
touching. It's a really big family.
Quite large. I wonder what it's like to live in such a small house with a large family like that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that excitement. I like that. That's going to help that team.
I guess we'll never know what it's like to live in a house like that. Nice outside shot there, using that inside-out game. Really impressive. Sam definitely knows how to run the floor and finish at the rim under contact.
He's a great outside shooter in those big-time moments. Not necessarily all the time, but when you need it, he'll hit it.
From those highlights, I would say his main part of his game is his shooting ability.
You might even call it big.
It's a big ability for him, absolutely. All right, so Sam joins team number 2, and rounding out that team is going to be Ashton, Gabe, and Sam. Certainly exciting to see our teams form here in round 3. Speaking of the number 3, we have team number 3 who will be getting their third player. Andy and Mo on this team currently, and joining them is going to be Chase Bruger.
Ooh, we get the third Bruger brother off of the board. Look at this. Fantastic pick. Great value. Can't believe you fell this far.
Yeah. He has a really complete game to him. He's not afraid to post up inside. He can shoot from the outside. He can drive. There you go, as seen in that highlight there. And not afraid of the big moment. That shot certainly was a big one.
Absolutely not. Like I said, I mean, that's great value. He can really do it all.
Yeah.
He's truly one of those players that just, you can put him in any position. He can do anything.
You know, Sam, is this the new shorty shotties? What do you think?
It's true. They don't have a whole lot of height, but they make up for that in bulk, mental toughness, and not shying away from that moment.
Yeah, all around, just a really solid team, and we'll see if they can put the parts together as the tournament begins in July. All right, so next up we have team number 4, and joining Anna and Eli is going to be Jake Cruzy.
Oh, this is a great pick, not only for his ability, but also for
nice
the
move.
swag that he brings. I mean, he brings such a swag and culture and just...
For those of you
an
who
attitude.
saw the mullet, I'm sure swag is the first thing that came to mind.
I'll tell you what, Conor.
Wow.
I mean, he just brings such an electrifying attitude to this team. Something that this team, I think, really needed. So they, again, really good job on that team scouting out what they needed, finding the right player for the right spot.
100%. I would say Jake and Chase are kind of similar. They're both about the same size. They're not afraid to drive the ball inside, as we saw on Jake's highlights. But
Not
they
to
can both
mention
hit from outside.
Not to mention that they're the two up-and-coming players. They're going to have to be the stars moving forward with this Hawks program.
Yeah, that varsity boys program, those are going to be your guys alongside Jack, Rice, and a few others.
That's right.
Definitely exciting. All right, so here's our look at the state of team number 4. And yeah, it's shaped out to be a really nice team, and we'll see what they can do in the tournament.
Yeah, they've got some power, some speed, some swag, and some unknown.
Hey, that's not necessarily a bad thing, as we saw from last year's tournament.
Absolutely.
Okay, so team number 5, we have John Strine and Romy Walter. I feel like they could use a point guard, Sam. What do you think?
Yeah, really, if you could get somebody that would be really valuable for this team would be, like you said, a point guard, somebody that could really run their offense, but also be the commander on defense as well.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think about Conor Holt?
I don't know. I'd probably grade this at a B or a C. He's definitely one that has, throughout his career, been that court general. Oh, look at this. We've got.
You can't rate that a B or a C. That's just so exciting.
Okay, with the moment, I'll give it an A minus.
It's definitely, I get maybe a bit of a reach on the board, but that's okay. There's that red Hawks bucket hat again, and certainly exciting. Ooh. Let's roll the highlights.
As you can see, the passing abilities. Look at that. I mean, he's clear behind half court, sees a guy way down there on an island, gets it right to him for the bucket.
Nice use of the stretch finish there, an important moment in a tournament game.
Oh, and nice hands with the steal. Look at this. Ooh, touch pass. Okay, I may have changed my mind while looking at these. Oh, and he doesn't shy away from the big moment either. Look at that.
Definitely an iconic shot. and one that I'm sure he won't forget.
Absolutely.
All right, so team number 5 is all finished here in round 3 with John, Romy, and now Conor. We'll see again what they can bring to the table. We've got now 5 teams complete, and of course, everyone, we will do a summary at the end of the draft so you can get a feel for all the teams at once.
Just early vision on this, Conor. This team is looking pretty good. They've got something tall. They've got something that can play inside, and they've got something that can really command the floor.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see what they bring on game day. Team 6, currently manned and womaned, I guess. I don't know if that's a word, but by Jesson Waters and Amelia Babawi. And joining team number 6 is going to be Caleb Haller.
The freak. What a... I cannot... I was about to just say this earlier, but I kept it together, Conor, thankfully for our audience. It's absolutely ludicrous that he wasn't taken earlier than this.
There was
This
almost
is a
a mutiny.
fantastic
There was almost
play.
a mutiny in the studio.
Absolutely. I was about to run into one of these draft rooms and just demand that they take this player.
Look at that defensive ability, nice passing as well. And if you've been around the program at all, you know Caleb. He's playing at Grove City College as a Division III athlete, and he's known as the freak around our program and other programs for a reason.
Absolutely. Just personally, there was never a dull moment. There was never a moment that I wasn't surprised at what he could do on the court.
Yeah.
And off the court, to be honest.
I have to say, as I was doing my analysis for this evening's show, going back and looking at his highlights, even from 3 and 4 years ago, there were moves he made, shots he made that were just incredible. So he's been so
Total
good,
dominance.
so consistent
Total dominance.
for so long. Okay, so Team 6 gets an absolute steal in the back half of round number 3, and that team now takes a really different shape, and we'll see what they can do again when the tournament rolls around. Team number 7, kind of in a similar spot. I wonder if we're going to get a similar type pick. Is that foreshadowing? I think it is.
Ooh.
That's Jaden Haller being picked.
Yet
by
another
team number
one,
6.
Connor, that I cannot believe fell this far. This was another one that I was going to go into another draft room and say, you have to take this player.
He's been in England, allegedly, not for school, but for training with some of the best in the world.
Yeah, we're working on that international game.
That spin move is nasty. And here's another iconic shot.
Ooh.
The buzzer beater at the tournament. Wow. His shooting ability, as you know, Garrett mentioned earlier in his breakdown of his top 5 available, is I think probably the most consistent out of any player that we're going to have in the tournament.
It may be the most consistent trait out of any player. Not just shooting, but trait in period.
Yeah, 100%. Well, with more on Jaden, we're going to go to our interviewer, Josiah. Josiah, take it away.
Thanks, boys. Like they said, I'm here with Jaden Haller, our international prospect live from Oxford, England. Jaden, how's the weather over there in England?
Oh, it's pretty dismal. A lot of rain, and I'm looking forward to getting back and getting some basketball in.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to having you back. Jaden, congratulations on being selected. You are now on Team 7 with currently Micah Burton and Chase Gilliam. Just getting a first look at your team, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. There's a lot of potential there. I think we've got a good variation, balance of speed, ball handling, and just stolidity, if you know what I mean.
It's a great word. Oxford's really been building your vocabulary, I see. Jaden, following after last year at the first annual 3-on-3 tournament, you came in runner-up with your team, losing to the champions of Elijah Nietzsche, Isaiah Aarons, and Tage Brugger. What do you feel like you need to do and your team needs to do to be able to make it back to that championship and win the whole thing?
Yeah, I think there's several lessons to learn. I think most of all, we just need to communicate. I think the weakness that hit us hard in the championship was just not seeing the matchups that we needed to make and not being flexible enough to adjust to the new competition. So I think just communication and just being more unified as a team will definitely ensure that we make it up there. But looking forward to hopefully playing Isaiah again and seeing how things have changed.
Absolutely. It's a rematch we're all looking forward to. Jaden, I got to admit, you're looking pretty slick over there in England. Do you feel like anything during your time in England has really prepared you to be a better basketball player or teammate for your team?
Yeah, I mean, just walking the streets here, I've learned to better instincts, dodge that puddle. And also just I'm always on defense against the British sarcasm, and so that's really helped me stay on top of it. We'll see in the coming weeks how that has affected my basketball game, but I think it's looking good.
I like the way you think there. And when you come back, you'll have about a month and a half to prepare for the tournament. What's your game plan? How are you going to get ready for this big return to the court?
Yeah, I just think it's consistency, because you got to get in the gym every day, build up my strength, get my shot back. I'm not too worried about it. And then hopefully my teammates do the same, and we can really come together strong and ready to take on these other teams.
Absolutely. Your return is definitely something that your teammates are looking forward to. Well, this is I'm Josiah Haller here with Jaden Haller, and we have once again another player really looking forward to the tournament. Thanks, Jaden.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Josiah. It's really exciting to see what Jaden's been up to, and we're excited to see him on game day. Here's our live look in at team number 7. Jaden joins Micah and Chase. And again, it's just some intrigue on all of these teams. And I think that's what makes this sort of a tournament where you're mixing all these different types of players together.
Different personalities too.
A lot of them haven't played together before. It's gonna make for a really fun day.
Absolutely.
Okay, so next up we have team number 8. Currently, our pair of players there is Blake and Thomas. And joining them, we have Jelena Waters.
Without a doubt, Connor, the best girl in this tournament. I can't believe that this team got her. I mean, this is a steal. This is an absolute steal at this position.
As we saw on Garrett's top 5 earlier, she has a very complete game. She can shoot. She's fast. Look at that block, that chase down block. There's that speed we're talking about, and there's that shooting we're talking about. Another clutch shot taking place in the Kingsway gym. I don't know if there's something to that.
May need to look into that.
Yeah, we might. Definitely, I'd say a huge steal here. And now we've had 3 of Garrett's top 5 come off the board here in the back of round 3. The disbelief he showed earlier is certainly warranted.
I don't know what these draft rooms are looking at. They must know something that we don't. That's the only explanation I have.
That's right. Or maybe we know something they don't.
Possibly.
That's all right. Okay, so team number 9 team number 8 now has Blake, Thomas, and Jelena. Lots of playmakers, a really, really solid team.
Like I said earlier, I mean, as long as Blake plays up to that ceiling and Thomas hits those big-time shots, Jelena is the perfect player to put on this team for the big-time moments. She could be that calming voice that keeps them under control and runs everything through her.
Absolutely. We'll see if Blake's lack of off-season training is going to affect that team at all.
We'll see.
All right. Moving forward, of course, moving to team number 9. Only a few teams left here. Last 2 picks of round 3. Eli Slater and Josiah Haller are going to be joined by Paige Brugger.
The champion, the reigning champion. Look at that. Great pick. Once again, I mean, the clear-cut favorite for second, or at least tie for second best girl in the running. Really nothing bad to say about Paige. I mean, her game, it's just dominance, really.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see in these highlights, she just makes great use of her body in terms of getting positioning inside. And then she's actually quicker than her opponents seem to think. She's got a nice drop step, a nice spin move, allows her to shoot those floaters and jump shots in the paint. And, of course, alongside those layups and those rebounds, which are so, so important. Okay, so team number 9, Paige joins Josiah and Eli. Huge post presence there.
This is one that has, ever since the Eli pick, I was a little wary about. But then, obviously, the Josiah pick restored my faith in them. And then this Paige pick, man, this is one to watch out for.
Yeah.
This has become a team to watch out for.
100%. All right, and with the last pick in round 3, of course, we have Team 10. I would say they need a veteran. What do you say? They need somebody who's been around, who plays a lot of basketball?
And they need somebody to corral this young energy that they have on this team.
100%. Well, I know nobody better to corral energy than Isaiah Aarons.
Oh my God. I don't know about corralling, Connor. They may end up actually just elevating the energy
exponentially.
With this pick.
Nice assist there inside Decade. Again, at that Kingsway gym. Isaiah plays a lot of basketball. He still plays a lot of basketball despite being away from the team, retired, graduated from the program for a couple years. You know, a little secret about that shot. Sam, do you know what I'm about to say?
I haven't the foggiest idea, Connor.
It's a beautiful half-court shot. The thing is, it didn't count. Do you remember this?
I do not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The refs blew the play dead before it should have. So it deserves to be in the highlight reel, but it's a little behind the scenes. It didn't count.
It's one of those iconic Isaiah moments that we had to include.
Yeah, it's hard to pick because there are a lot.
There are many.
All right, so team number 10 now with their third player, and Isaiah joins Jack and JoJo. Unfortunately, we couldn't have a third J, but that's all right. Isaiah brings that championship mentality from last year, and we'll see. Like you said, it's back-to-back champions there picked at the end of round 3.
Yeah. Amazing that they fell this far. Again, either they have something we don't or we have something they don't.
Live look at... Oh, he finally gets to cross off all 5 of his players. He looks a little... I hope he's okay.
Good job, G.
Looks a little
Appreciate
disheveled
you.
there. Okay, well, hopefully he's all right. Okay, so now we move into our fourth and final round, round 4. You'll see we're starting with Team 6. There's nothing special about that. Basically, we had enough players to have subs on a few teams, 5 teams to be exact. We decided to just put them on teams 6 through 10. Mm-hmm. So, joining team number 6 and their one and only sub, we have Abby Burton.
Great pick here, Connor.
Yeah, Abby brings a veteran presence. She was a part of the program for a while. Nice assist there to Hadessa. And exciting to see what she's going to do. And kind of off the bench there for team number 6.
A great person to relieve them at times, to spell a player or two at times.
Buzzer beater there at the end.
And a great team player too, culture player there.
100%. She'll be a nice presence to have on the bench and coming off the bench. Mm-hmm. So she joins, just a reminder, Jessen, Amelia, Caleb, all on team number 6. And that rounds out team number 6. Caleb, of course, being the driving force of that team, and we'll see what they can do on game day. Team number 7 will be our next team to get a sub. Joining Chase, Micah, and Jaden, we have Nels Carlson.
The Hawk.
The Hawk. His wingspan is incredible, like a hawk, for those who don't know.
He's another one that's got that inside game and outside game. And he's got the blocking ability. It's unparalleled that we've ever seen.
Nice fake there, pull-up jumper. That's definitely his game, is going to be rebounding. It's going to be that presence inside and that mid-range game. And I've heard rumors that he's been playing a good amount. We'll see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah. And another thing to mention, he is another one that can spell a player from time to time. It's just another one in that rotation. It'll help that team go deep.
100%. If he coming off the bench, just really nice size, really solid player, and I think it's going to help Team 7 just be more well-rounded altogether. Mm-hmm. Okay, just a reminder of who Nels joins. There's a look at Team 7 now. They're the final form for Team 7, and let's go on to Team 8. So this team that we do feel is pretty stacked. Blake, Thomas, Jelena, whoever's joining them, I would assume is going to be pretty excited. Let's see who it is. Owen Masters.
Ooh, we get another Masters in this tournament. Oh, look at these highlights.
Yeah, to change the camera angle is excellent. And Owen, like Eli, didn't play in the program for super long, but he still plays a lot of basketball, as does his brother, as does Gabe.
Nice fadeaway there.
Yeah, that mid-range game is certainly something I know he's been working on.
Especially from the elbow, Connor.
From the elbow. It's huge. It's huge. He'll come in for Thomas and or Jelena for that team. And I think it'll just be exciting to see him back on the floor.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, so again, our final look at team number 8 with Blake, Thomas, Jelena, and now Owen. And we have got 2 more teams left. This is crazy. We are now down to our last 2 picks of the draft. Stick around after. We've got more for you. Remember, we're going to do an overview of the teams. We're going to take a look at some of the rules. We're going to reveal the pools for each team that they're going to start their play in. And for you littles out there, that 12U-ish tournament, we're going to reveal what your teams look like as well. So don't leave us after these last 2 picks. Moving forward, we have team number 9 with our second to last pick, the penultimate pick. Joining Eli, Josiah, and Paige is Matthew Slater.
Ooh. Another Slater off the board.
The final Slater off the board. Nice finish there, nice touch. There's that outside game, and well, his highlights are so electric. I mean, just look at this guy. He looks like Tesla. That's a great picture of Matthew, and hopefully he brings that electric, presence, energy off the bench.
I believe he will, Connor. I have no doubt, in fact.
All right, so there's our last look at team number 9, and here we go for our final pick of the 2024 Marion Hawks 3-on-3 tournament. Joining team number 10, joining JoJo, Jack, and Isaiah is going to be... Okay, joining team number 10 is going to be Coach Haller.
Oh man!
Okay, let's go to Josiah. Josiah, can we get an interview really quick while we try to find some highlights?
Coach Haller. Ha! I bet I know why you're down here.
You bet you do. Mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, you may.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. You have just been selected for the second annual 3-on-3 tournament. What are your feelings right now?
Well, I'm shocked. They say when you set a really proper goal, there should be a balance of fear and excitement. Right now, it's mostly fear.
Well, I can assure you that the people you're playing against are also feeling that healthy fear. Coach...
Yeah, but I bet their fear's a little different than mine.
This is very possible. Coach, you have been coaching for the Hawks for how many years now?
Oh, about 8-9 years.
8-9 years. In all that time, have you ever been a player for the Marion Hawks?
No.
So, you've got a little bit of a different challenge before you, I'd say. So what is your strategy the next couple of months to prepare for this very strenuous competitive tournament?
Well, one, I hope that it is strenuous, and I hope it is competitive.
All right, it's a good start.
If not, right, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I hope that I'm challenged tremendously. I hope that this is one of the worst decisions of my life.
Very good.
Because the competition will be so good, because I will be made to look like such a fool. I mean, I hope that that's what I see.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The rest of you players, you've got a challenge now. The Coach Haller has put it out there. Final question for you, Coach. Your team is, people are talking about it. You've got Isaiah Aarons, Jack Rice, and JoJo Walter. What are you doing for your team going into this team with a lot of huge personalities?
There's some huge personalities there, yes. Hopefully, I firmly believe fundamentals and that teamwork wins.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any way I can help with that, I would love to see that show and provide an edge that makes it clear that, you know what, this really is the path. So that's my hope.
I think that's a good little mantra from Coach Haller. One final question for you, Coach.
Well, you just said that. How many final questions are there?
I had another thought. Last question, and this is for real this time.
Mm-hmm.
How's your jump shot looking?
Several years ago, we were doing the Just Hoops shoot-a-thon, and I was a little concerned because we had a lot of guys shooting under 50 out of 100. So I said to myself, okay, I'm just going to pick up the ball and I'm just going to shoot 100 shots. And I was very disappointed that I did better than most. So we'll see. But I'm hoping to surprise some people.
There we go. The challenge is there. The healthy fear has been set. The teams are on the table. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Josiah. We were able to pull together some highlights.
Surprisingly enough.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's roll them.
Oh, that's classic right there.
There we go.
I mean,
Classic pose, use of the hands while communicating.
he's still got some game. That's important for Team
Ooh.
10. If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what will. Takes you back, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Incredible
Not for me, of
coaching
course.
ability. No, right, yeah. And his pool game, is it
Ooh.
better than his basketball game?
Impeccable.
Yeah,
Impeccable.
hopefully not for Team 2, or Team 10, rather. Hopefully it's not better. His pool game's not better than his basketball game for Team 2. But has Gabe beat Coach Haller?
I do
In
believe
those
so.
annual pool games? Okay.
I do believe
Just
so.
wanted to make sure. He had to use some of that Egyptian magicianness. But yeah, so joining team number 10 is going to be Coach Haller, a surprise pick. Surprise really for all of us, but he's going to round out team number 10. Coach joins Isaiah,
He
Jack,
adds
and
a
JoJo.
level of maturity this team truly needed.
Desperately.
I tell you, I desperately needed. I mean, they're just, I feel like they were all wound up, and now they're going to have the correct person to be able to make sure it unwinds correctly and just smoothly.
I really wonder who the scout was for Team 10 because they had to work, I would imagine, to get him to come out of
Tell you
retirement.
what. And not to mention, I mean, they obviously knew something none of the other teams knew. This is an extremely valuable pick. Mr. Irrelevant, but do not get that confused. He is extremely relevant for
That's
this
right.
team.
That's right. Okay, so that concludes our draft portion of tonight. We're now going to reveal our Littles teams and move forward, and then also reveal the different pools for the main teams to play in. So here we go for Pool A in our 12U tournament. We're going to have 4 teams. They are subject to change a little bit, so don't get too set on these. But we have Maya Cruzy, Talia Toombs, Otto Eshelman on Team 1. Team 2, we have Isaiah Walter, Isaac Radaball, and Elise Rice. Team 3, we have Adelie Anderson, Brooks Stolarski, and Jeanette Slater. And then finally on Team 4, we... what's that about?
Heady play by the producers there.
I'm not that small, or Connor's not that small.
Sorry, Connor. It's not that you're that small. It's just that the competition at the higher level has grown just so much. Heady play by the producers. You deserve to be there. You belong.
Oh, okay. I'll try to take that as a compliment, I guess.
Absolutely. Nothing but the best for you, Connor.
Okay, so there's our 4 teams. We have Joel Habrecht, Aiden Radabaugh, and Sarah Eshelman on Team 4. Honestly, I'm just really excited to see these young players get to play the game of basketball, be around that environment. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, so these teams very evenly matched, very well put together. Each team is equipped with a tall player, a tall, more physical player, a player with a lot of experience, and then a raw player that's really looking to expand their skills and get more experience in games.
Yeah, it's definitely super exciting to see these 12 younger individuals, not 13. I'm not playing for okay, just making sure.
There's still time, folks.
And it's just going to be great to have them a part of that day.
Like we said, subject to change.
That's right, but very, very exciting. Okay, so next up, we are going to move to the pool reveal for our main 10 teams. We're also going to do some explaining of the rules. Some of you are probably wondering, well, one of the pools is going to have one more team than the others. We'll explain how that's going to work as well.
We'll get to that.
Yep. So, starting off, we have Pool A. 3 teams will be in Pool A. It's going to be team number 1, team number 5, and team number 7. Team number 1, of course, has Elijah, Cade, and Hadessa. Team 5 has John, Romy, and Connor. And then team 7, one of the teams with a sub, is going to have Chase, Micah, Jaden, and Nels. Before we go any further, we're going to send it over to our analyst in the booth, Blake Bruger. Take it away.
Thank you, Connor Holt. Now, Pool A is very interesting because they have, in my professional opinion, the number 1 team in this tournament. I'm putting all of my money on Team 1. They bring the experience with Elijah, who won it all last year with his team. Cade, powerhouse scorer. But this is where they get a little weak, because Odessa's coming off of an injury. You got to watch that. And Cade is not known for his defense. Now, Team 5 is interesting, as they have great size with John Strine and an experienced point guard with Conor Holt. See how those two can pair with the scoring ability of Romy? And you have yourself a very good wild card team. Now, Team 7, this is a bruiser team. This team's going to wear you down. You have size with Chase Gillum, offense with Jaden Haller, size with Nels Carlson, and Micah Burton on top of all of that. They can rotate bodies, and they're going to come at you hard. So this pool is going to be very interesting to look at. I'm still thinking Team 1's going to come out on top, but there could be some surprises because you got to watch Team 5. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Blake. Definitely some insightful stuff. Sam, looking at this pool, is there anything that sticks out to you?
I really see Team 7 as one to definitely look out for. They've got the physicality, but also the experience and the mental toughness, from Jaden. And obviously having that fourth player is really going to advantage them in terms of agility and endurance.
Yeah, especially if they have to play a lot of games. Having that extra player is definitely going to be helpful. To me, I think we talked about this earlier, but team number 1 sticks out. If those 3 players are all hitting their shots, it's going to be really, and you can say that about any team, but Cade is known as a shooter. We know Elijah can shoot. We know Odessa can shoot. So it definitely applies to team number 1.
Again, like we said earlier, too, it's got championship pedigree on that team.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to Pool B. This pool is also going to have 3 teams in it. Team 2, Team 6, and Team 8. Team 2, of course, has Ashton, Gabe, and Sam. Team 6 with Jessen, Amelia, Caleb, and Abby. And then Team 8 with Blake, Thomas, Jelena, and Owen to round out that team. Blake, we're going to send it back to you. What are your thoughts on this pool?
Now, Pool B might as well be called the Caleb Haller Pool. Because Team 8 and Team 2, the only question on their minds, how are we going to stop him? Team 2, you got size with Sam and athleticism with Gabe. What is your decision on who's guarding Caleb? Team 8, you don't really have the size, but you got some athleticism with Jelena and Blake. Now, the other thing you could do is just try to outscore him. Thomas is a good shooter. Ashton is a good shooter. Maybe they can get more points than Caleb can put up. You don't know, and this is going to be a really interesting pool to watch.
Great stuff, Blake. Again, we appreciate your analysis. Real quick, Sam, what do you think about Pool B?
I honestly, to begin with, Team 2, I just don't believe in them for no particular reason. I just simply don't. Team 6 is definitely one to watch out for. Obviously, it doesn't matter what players you have around the freak that is Caleb Haller. He's going to do his thing, and as long as he's on and as long as he's doing that, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that a single player or any team in this tournament can do about it.
He is really, really hard to stop. There's no doubt about that. All right, so real quick logistics, the rules for Pool A and Pool B. So these games will be played to 15 by 2s and 3s, of course, with every team in those pools playing 2 games. You're going to play each of your opponents 1 time. And we're going to go over seeding when we reveal the bracket later. All right, so now we are going to move to our final pool reveal, Pool C. This pool has 4 teams in it, teams 3, 4, 9, and 10. Team 3, including Andy, Mariah, and Chase. Team 4 has Anna, Eli, and Jake. Team 9, another Eli Slater, Josiah, Paige, and Matthew. And then finally, Team 10, JoJo, Jack, Isaiah, and Coach. One more time, Blake, let's go to you. What are your thoughts on Pool C?
Now, Pool C, you're going to see a lot of variety. Team 9, ton of size. You got Josiah Haller, Paige Brugger, Matthew Slater. All bodies that are going to do a lot of damage on the boards. In contrast, there's Team 3. Andy Weesey, Chase Brugger, not over 6 foot. But you add in the shooting from Mariah Haller, And you got yourself a very dangerous team that I think is probably going to be the team to come out on top. Now, the matchup to watch, though, is Jake Cruzy versus Chase Bruger. Both of these guys have played a lot of games together. What's going to happen when they go up against each other? Team 10's your wild card. You look at this team and you see Jack Rice, JoJo, Isaiah, and Coach Haller. There's a lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of potential. But will they be able to put it all together to overcome the size and the scoring of Team 3 and Team 9?
Blake, again, thank you for your thoughts. Sam, one more time, what are your thoughts on this pool?
I'll tell you what, I mean, it's obviously the biggest pool out of the three in more ways than just simply numbers. You got the big names and the big faces in this pool. Obviously, we've got the big Weiss. We've got Anna, Spain, not from Spain. We've got Nikola Tesla, better known as Matthew Slater. And of course, how we leave out, we've got the big man himself, Coach Haller.
Mr. Not so relevant, even though he was the last pick in the draft. It's definitely going to be an exciting pool to watch. And really quickly, let's take care of the rules for Pool C. Super simply, every team's going to play their opponent one time. So that's 3 games total, of course, for each team. And those games are going to be played to 10 by 2s and 3s. Obviously, playing more games to less points, just to get everybody warmed up, get everybody seated correctly. Speaking of seeding, we're going to move forward now to the bracket reveal. So the play-in bracket is really short, really small. So there will be 4 teams that end up in this bracket. The 4 worst teams coming out of pool play
by record
will move by record. Will move to seeds 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then the full bracket is right here. So this is the main bracket. Obviously, it's a lot to look at right now. Not expecting you to understand it necessarily. It was confusing to us as we were looking at it. So, but you'll see we've got those 8 seeds. So basically, the 2 winners, if we go back here, the 2 winners of these games will move to the 7 and the 8 seed on the main bracket. Really quickly, I want to run through how seeding works. So here's example number 1. In Pool A, you could say, let's say Team 1 goes 1-1, Team 5 goes, everybody goes 1-1. They win 1, they lose 1. The point differentials are going to be the tiebreaker. So in this scenario, Team 5 is going to get the 1 seed, Team 1 is going to get the 2 seed, and then Team 7 is going to get the 3 seed. Even though they had the same record, they're the last seed coming out of that pool due to their point differential. So point differential does matter. Here's another example. Let's say in Pool C, we have more teams. So you have a couple teams go 2-1. You can see their point differentials there. A couple teams go 1-2. You can see their point differentials. And in this scenario, Team 3 is going to get the 1. Team 4 is going to get the 2. Team 9 gets the 3. And Team 10 gets the 4. So really quick before we get into the next steps for players, in the best available seed, the number 1 seed is going to be available for the teams in Pool C because they can go 3-0. Mm-hmm. That would be the best record coming out of bracket pool play. Rather, teams in A and B can only go 2-0, which is still really good. They're going to get a high seed, but they can't get the number 1 seed. However, it might sound a little unfair. It balances out because if you're in Pool C, you could also go 0-3, which would automatically put you at the 10 seed and put you in the play-in bracket. If you're 0-2, you're probably still in the play-in bracket, but you're not going to get the 10 seed. Yeah. So
important to keep in mind, just because you're in a smaller pool does not mean you can't get a top 1 or 2 seed. It just simply means that if you go undefeated, you have to hope that those in Pool C do not go undefeated.
Correct. Yep. Great way to put that there. And we'll send out some more of the rules and emails. And actually, that takes us to our next steps for players. So please pay attention. If you're playing in the tournament, we need your team names by June 15th. So coordinate with your teammates. If we need to get you emails, phone numbers, we can do that. Just let us know. Payments are now being accepted for those of you who ordered t-shirts. So it's $18 a shirt. I think on the form we said $20 a shirt, so it's a little cheaper. Please pay via one of those 3 methods, check, Venmo, or PayPal, and you'll need to pay before the tournament on July 27th. And like I said, keep an eye on your emails for more on the rules. t-shirts, other relevant information that may be important. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our first ever live reveal show for the 3-on-3 tournament. Of course, this is our second annual tournament, but we hope you enjoyed it. Sam, do you have any final thoughts for our fans?
Just wondering what your favorite team as of right now is for the tournament. Who takes it, Connor?
Well, this is tough. I was not planning on answering this question. I think I would have to go with either Team 8, that was Blake, Jelena, Thomas, and Owen. They're really solid. Or I'm going to throw in a sleeper. My sleeper pick is going to be Team 3, Chase, Andy, and Mariah. They don't have anybody insane, Caleb Haller level insane necessarily, but they're all really, really solid, and I'm excited to see what they can do, see if they can build some chemistry.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously for mine, my favorite is personally going to be Team 10. I just think the combination of the former champion, reigning champion Isaiah, and then having Coach Haller on that team, that's just going to be overwhelming for other teams. They're not going to be able to deal with that mental toughness combined with the energy that is on that team, the youth that is on that team. It's going to be an unstoppable force. And of course, not really a sleeper. Second favorite would definitely be the Freak. If he does what he does, he should take this tournament pretty easily.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Team 6. Caleb Haller alongside Jessen, Amelia, and Abby. Well, thank you all for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. We hope you enjoyed the show. Again, players, keep an eye on your emails for more information. Until next time, I'm Conor Holt. This is Sam Burton, signing off.
See ya.